Hi everyone, welcome to your weekend readings. Hoping it's been a smooth week for you. I hope the start of Gemini season is suiting you quite well. And there's a lighter and more airy time. I hope you're able to make use of that. I'm aware that can be a bit bewildering and overwhelming for some people, so it is important to stay grounded at this time as well. But it just generally feels mostly a bit lighter, a bit easier to deal with. So I'm hoping that that is suiting you. Please let me know how your week has been going. For those of you who work Monday to Friday, I'm sure you're glad it's the weekend now. Hi LV7095LV, it's wonderful to see you. Take the chance to breathe in, settle in, take a few deep breaths, allow yourselves to relax and just open up, and I'll bring through whatever I can for you. Please remember to like the video. Please remember to share the video. I did finally get my hair cut. Yes, thank you, LV. I'm not going to tell you how much it cost to find someone who could do it. I'm going to get coloured next week as well, so we're sort of at a halfway stage at the moment, but it's a relief to have it chopped at least. So let's see. Thank you. So let's see what the picture for the collective looks like for this weekend, first of all. Hi, Erin. So the outlook for the collective for the 24th to the 26th of May 2019. Okay, this isn't too bad. I feel like this is a bit of a turning point for some people. I feel like a lot of people are having to make kind of important decisions at this time, at this weekend. Some people are going to be sort of starting new things. Others are going to be really sort of closing the door on things that aren't working. But I feel like there's a need for discussion with people around you over the course of this weekend. They're showing me just a lot of meeting people, a lot of fairly intense discussion, bouncing ideas around, bringing in other people's insights, this kind of thing. And I feel that for a lot of people, it's like there's there's this need to leave behind, and it's a bit of a difficult decision. There's a lot of internal conflict over it, and quite a lot of, well, what if I close the door on this and then I miss something? What if I choose not to do this and then I miss something? So there's a lot of fear of missing out. This seems to be like a dominant feeling for a lot of people. It's why we're finding it very, very hard to let go, to close off. In our conscious minds, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's this need to free up the space to start something new, to do something new, to feel a bit freer. So there's some stuff that we've been invested in, that we've been bogged down in. It's weighing us down. It's not really gone anywhere, or maybe it went somewhere, but then it stopped. It stopped and kind of locked up, hasn't wanted to go any further. That's causing the internal conflict with the Five of Swords showing up. It's causing you to distrust yourself, and that's why you're going to be bouncing ideas off other people at this time. But it's bouncing ideas off other people. What it's not is other people taking charge, taking control, telling you what to do. This needs to be a discussion, not someone else instructing you, if that makes sense. I feel like we've tried to work with that, tried to ask someone else to sort of decide for us. It's not really working. It's not really working. So it's no longer about the hierophant. It's no longer about someone else being able to tell you what to do, guide you through it. It's about the world at the moment. So there is the end of something, the beginning of something else, and there is this duality. Do I leave this behind? Do I not? Do I leave this behind? Do I not? And I feel that the people you're bouncing ideas off of this weekend are going to help you sort of work through that, complete it, release it. And you do then move on to something new and different with the Six of Swords coming up. So I also feel like new ideas, new insights are coming, but it's about making space for those. And I feel like you're probably going to need the extra bit of encouragement from people around you or their insights just to help you do that. But I feel like you already know what's not working properly, what you invested in, but now it's kind of time to close off, make a break, start something different, something new, something with real potential, something that allows you to feel lighter and freer. So whatever it is that you've been feeling really bogged down in, that's kind of what you're releasing and completing at this time. You don't need to be looking over your shoulder once you've done that. It needs you to be quite clear in that way. That's the collective picture at the moment. The next part of the video is going to be the readings for the 12 signs. I'm going to start off with Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and rising for the 24th to the 26th of May. Hi, Super Angry Koala. Hi, Stomoku Oku. Hi, Sarah. Please remember to like and share the video, everyone. That helps a huge amount. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising for this weekend, the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Aries. Thank you, Super Angry Koala. Okay, Aries, you've been feeling under pressure, under strain, quite boxed in, quite in a rigid place. So you're in line with the collective, but you are struggling to accept help, struggling to accept love, struggling to allow people in. And I feel like you're aware of the need to do something different, leave something behind, something that isn't working, but you're kind of finding that really, really tricky. There is somebody offering help, offering love, coming to your aid at this time, but you have to be willing to let them in, Aries. And I feel that there is a stubbornness and a kind of a pride more than anything else about you, pride that is stopping you from letting someone in to help, but is also stopping you from making the changes that you need to, leaving behind the things that you need to at this time. Your kind of overall sort of energy atmosphere is feeling really boxed in. You know, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, nothing's shifting me. And you're getting very frustrated, quite down as well. And I feel like you're giving yourself a really, really hard time over it. 8 of Swords is in your subconscious, but I feel that's playing out in a variety of ways. I feel like you're internalizing limiting beliefs. I'm not going to get through this. I'm not going to make it out of this. But I feel like you're not accepting the help and guidance that is there. And it's not like guidance, it's support and it's love. It's somebody who wants to kind of walk through this with you, help you through this, help carry you through this, but also help carry you out of the difficult situation that you've been trapped in. And that may also just be a difficult mindset that they are going to help carry you out of. They're showing up as the Knight of Cups there. So this is somebody who cares a great deal for you and is willing to show that in a variety of ways. And you need to be opening to that at this time and working with them. So it's not just about someone coming and like rescuing you, but it is about working with them. You have the Eight of Cups showing up for you. So that is the change that you need to make. But I feel someone is going to come with you, is going to help you onto better times, because somebody sees the best in you and wants to offer you that help. And you need to kind of accept that and then kind of combine your energies, combine your forces with the Two of Wands, because you're going to be going and looking at new things, new ways of doing things, maybe new ways of relating to this person, because this could also be somebody who is somebody close to you, could be a partner or a potential partner if you let them in, could be a deepening of these things as well. But it needs you to kind of accept that support, accept that love, and it needs you then not to flip into helpless victim mode. So you can't either stay all in pride and want to do everything yourself, but nor are you there to move into victim mode. This is somebody who wants to support you, but you're still going to have to do your bit. So your final card showing up is the King of Cups. So you need to be putting into this as well. It isn't just like someone comes and then you take from them, or you accept what they're offering, although you should accept it. But then it's about you being able to kind of stand alongside them, work together to move yourself on from this tricky situation that you found yourself in, Aries. Very much in alignment with the general energies, but this is a chance to move on, do things a bit different, become closer to this person as well, and just actually be able to work more in kind of collaboration and correspondence in that sense, than feeling like you do everything yourself, or else you're being a victim and someone comes and saves you. It's neither of those things. Someone's giving you a helping hand because they care about you. But this is going to encourage you then to really kind of stand up and really claim your place in that as well, Aries. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Taurus. Hi, gratitude, joy. I'm doing really well, thank you. Taurus, sun, moon, and rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Taurus. Taurus. Whoop. Cards jumping. Taurus. Hi, La Luna. Okay, Taurus. Okay, you're quite avoidant at the moment, Taurus. The sense that I get is that there are opportunities out there, people out there, situations and challenges as well, and you're construing everybody approaching you, everybody coming towards you, everybody who wants to spend time with you, work with you, as as kind of just it feels very, very overwhelming, a bit too much. You're a bit scared, a bit worried. Can I take anything on? Can I do anything? I don't trust myself. And you're kind of struggling to know what you do, how much you do. And because you're not sure how much you do, you're kind of avoiding doing anything, if you like. So this is quite difficult. It's quite an anxious space that you're in at the moment, Taurus. This feels like a self-worth issue. This feels for a lot of you like you don't feel you're good enough, capable enough. And this is kind of reflecting, I feel, earlier in life, people putting you down, telling you not good enough. And you've battled against that, but right now the inner critic is quite strong, quite limiting for you. So there is this need to recognize that and not allow that to take over, because it's not something current. It's an older belief pattern. It's an older program that is running. What's driving you deep down there is the moon. So this is, you're kind of sort of feeling like, ugh, how will I get into this mess as well? So it's like, how do I get into this? I'm not good enough. What do I do from here? And people are sort of there, opportunities, their situations are there, and you're just like, no, too much. I'm going to hold up. You're trying to stay on top of your feelings as the Queen of Cups. And you're trying to understand what is behind this. And that's good work. However, it feels like you're on top of your feelings, but not on top of your thoughts. And with you spending all of this time by yourself and avoiding things, your thoughts are getting louder and louder and louder. And that's not wonderfully healthy for you at the moment. Situation there is temperance. So you're trying to work through this to understand what it means. But you're also dealing with this big, big anxiety of the 8 of Swords. And what's trapping you here is that old belief pattern. It is that way of seeing things that tilt you to be very, very self-critical, very, very harsh on yourself. I feel like the way through this, and the way to know what you do with yourself, who you connect with at this time, what opportunities you accept, it needs you to go into a bit of meditation, even a trance state, because this is about coming back to yourself and where you want to be heading towards. What is your actual goal here? What is the place where you want to be? What is it you want to be doing? Who is it you want to be with? What does that look like? I feel that it's going to be much easier for you to make choices about what you connect to, what you do, if you come back to yourself in that way and then accept the opportunities that are leading in that direction. Does this help me to advance myself in this way? Okay, then I'm going to go and do it. Does this? No, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. That's how you're going to choose between those things. But you need a conception of what that looks like for you at this time in order to connect with it. And then it is about what it is that you materially want. That's what you move towards. That's why the 10 of Coins is showing up for you. Now, internally, as the Queen of Cups, you already know all of this. And it's going to be a question then of going behind the right door for it. In order to do that, you need to not just stay and allow your thoughts to fester and get on top of you. So it is about getting that vision and then taking the opportunities that come in your direction that are in alignment with that, Taurus. That needs to be the direction that you're moving in at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Gemini. Hi to everyone tuning in. Hi, Neva or Ruvio. Hi, K-Stars. Hi, Corey. So Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you, Neva. Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May 2019. Gemini. 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 I feel celebration for you at this time, Gemini. I feel success. Something has come off. Something has worked out. You've received rewards, received accolades. You're feeling really kind of embodied and quite powerful at this time. And it's kind of bringing you to life. You might also be celebrating your birthday this weekend if you're a Gemini sun. So that's also part of this, but it's very celebratory and it's very encouraging. You're feeling confident coming off the back of this. And I feel like you might have been down in the dumps recently and kind of feeling a need to sort of show that to a lot of people. Like, I'm upset, I'm struggling, I need to make sure everyone knows about it. But I don't feel like that's the case anymore. I feel this is a big turnaround in your fortunes, or if not a big turnaround, you're recognizing your abundance, you're recognizing your blessings. This is helping you along. So you have judgment in your conscious mind. So something is working out, something is coming through for you, and you're feeling ready and able to do more. And actually you feel deep down that the sky is actually the limit. So you're really sort of euphoric, ready to go. Comes up there with the World. Very, very powerful, very, very nice. Something has come off, completed. Now you're ready to go on to the next stage. Now here's the thing. Okay, so you put a lot of effort into telling everyone you were struggling. And now you might put a lot of effort into telling everyone you're doing really, really well. And all of that is valid. It's okay to want validation and contact and support over that. You also might be a little bit me at the moment. And it's okay to have those needs. But you need to balance that out a bit with recognizing that where people have been supportive and helpful, that you might want to offer them a bit of support and encouragement at this time as well. So this is the 5 of Wands showing up. So this is a change in your fortunes. You've realized what's working. You want to build on it. It's very, very positive. What you don't want to be doing at this time as well, though, you want to be supporting people, but don't be getting involved in drama and gossip and anything like that. That's going to drain you. It's going to distract you. It's going to divert you. It's going to move you away from this positive space that you've got yourself into. And you can bring positivity to other people, absolutely, and you should be, but don't get involved in drama at this time, Gemini, because some of you have a tendency to do that. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to gossip about that, pay attention to that. Treating other people's lives like a bit of a soap opera at times, that sort of thing. And it's not always the best. At the moment, you need to be finding your way from what you do from here, because you've had this success, but I feel like you then move on towards something a little different. So you're also initiating things. And I feel like that has to come from you at this time. That's the Hermit showing up for you there. So I do feel blue sky thinking. I feel like you're going to have to find your way to something new. I feel like you are being guided. You're absolutely being guided. And you need to trust yourself to do that. You don't need to keep pulling in other people around that. What you can do for other people is share some of your joy, show some gratitude to those who have been supporting you through tougher times, and kind of just kick on from there. Your final card is Temperance. So don't overdo the celebration and showing off, but do celebrate. Show your gratitude. Show some support for other people. Don't get involved in their dramas. Don't get distracted in that way, because I feel like this is a confident place that you can launch a lot more from, Gemini. I hope that makes sense for you. Hi, Leah. The next sign is going to be Cancer. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Cancer. Okay, Cancer. You've been struggling a lot recently, Cancer, and now I feel things have eased a bit. Things have eased a bit, but I don't feel like you really want to show people things have eased a bit. The sense that I'm getting, okay, is you were really upset, downhearted. Why am I going through this? When's it going to change? Why isn't anyone supporting me? What am I going to do? Why is no one recognizing the things that I do? Where is everyone? Where's my support? Where's my joy? Okay, and now that's sort of died down a bit, feeling a bit more stable, more okay. But you don't want to tell people you're more okay because you're worried it's going to blow up again, and then you won't have any support, or people will think you're putting it on or exaggerating, even though you're not, even though it's been very, very real. But you also need to be real with them now when things are okay and more stable. I feel like you've had an opportunity come in, or something is beginning for you, Cancer. This might be a new job, a new opportunity in that sense. It could be a budding relationship. Some of you are moving home at this time, or have developed a better relationship with family members, or your physical health has improved a bit. Those are the things they're giving me. But showing up with the Ace of Coins, and now you're like, do I trust this situation? Am I free to go? Am I ready to go? Can I move in that way? Showing up with the Ace of Coins. Opportunities there. You're wondering, do I follow them? Do I not? Should I stay put? Because you're feeling sort of, you feel like people might not understand you if you go after that, if you're now okay, and what if you need support in the future and you said you're now okay. This is what it's like inside of you at the moment. That's what they're giving me. Underpinning it is your card, which is the Chariot. So I feel like you're trying to do yourself justice in a ways, but you're very much looking at other people, and you're sort of looking to see what they do, what they say, what their response is. You're trying to base yourself on that and sort of plan based on that rather than based on what you have for yourself. High Priestess is showing up in your situation position. So I do feel like this is about making that step into doing this new thing, into accepting that you're okay at the moment and having the belief that you'll continue to be okay, that you're being supported, that there is love and there is material support for you, that the universe is providing for you at this time, Cancer. That is a transition that you're making. That is a change that you're making. It requires a bit more independence, a bit less looking over your shoulder, whilst also knowing there's still support there if you need it. So you have death showing up. You also have judgment showing up. And these cards, as you can see, fit together very, very well. They're depicting scenes one after the other. And what I'm seeing more than anything here is that whatever happened was not that bad, but you felt it was bad, but now it's all right. You're going to get back up. It's going to be okay. And you can be on your way, but it needs you to take that chance of doing new things. You don't have to worry about what anyone else thinks. You don't have to be looking over your shoulder, glancing around, sort of like peeking out. What if people see me do this? Fuck all that bullshit, okay? You haven't really got time for it. You're doing okay. Able to take this new opportunity at this time, Cancer. It's going to help you a huge amount if you do. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Leo. Hi, Joy Diallo. Leo's sun, moon, and rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Leo. Leo. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Teresa. You're allowed to give yourself a rest, you know, Leo. You're allowed to take some time for yourself. You're allowed just a bit of time to chill. I'm not sure you're allowing yourself time to chill, time to recover, to regroup, to relax, to not have to be in a mental space, but not in an active space either. And the sense that I get is that you're denying yourself that. And because you're denying yourself that, you're kind of stuck in a routine and a way of doing things, and it's actually mean that you're quite closed off to people coming in with love and support, which you need at this time. I feel like you're trying to live up to expectations that are not realistic, not fair, and not actually helpful. They're quite rigid. And so you're not therefore allowing yourself this rest, this break, but you need it this weekend. You absolutely need it at this time. And if you need some support or for some awesome company, you should be saying so and asking that for that as well. You know, so you can chill, but you can also communicate with people. But what you don't have to do is just pretend everything's fine and push on regardless, because it's kind of messing with you. You have the 5 of Swords showing up, and you have Judgment showing up. And so with the Five of Swords, I feel this rigid routine that you're trying to live up to that doesn't allow you to take care of yourself properly, doesn't allow you to rest, doesn't allow you to ask for help. And you're not telling people when you need help either, or when you've had enough. But there is this need for you to be able to shift more into this phase that allows yourself that when you need it. The Hierophant showing up, I feel like you're trying to live up to something. Trying to live up to someone else's ideas, that you have to push yourself really hard, that you have to be in action at all times. You have to be doing this, have to be doing that. Can't let anyone get too close either. That's the other thing, is I don't feel like you're letting anyone too close to you. And it's very, very serious. And you need to chill out. You need some enjoyment. You might need some company. You might need to call in some help as well. Page of Wands showing up for you there. And I feel like this is, you need to be in this kind of lighter, more kind of relaxed and playful state of being. And you also need to be ready to receive messages and support. And I feel you'll get messages of support if you're open to them. And it's not just messages of support that you're getting. You see, I feel like you've been closing yourself off to love as well, Leo. Possibly to a potential partner, possibly to just the prospect of there being one. Or of something that is already ongoing, becoming something more and something deeper. But you need to be allowing that in as well at this time, Leo, with the Two of Cups. I feel like you're not allowing yourself time and space for that. Or you're closing off, really, really closed off. And there isn't a need for that. So take a restful weekend. Be more playful. Call to the people who you value. Accept and be ready to receive support and receive love. And be open to your own connections deepening, your connections deepening. Just that bit, Leo. I feel that's there for you this weekend. But you have to get out of the mode that you're in and just chill and relax a bit in order to be able to accept it. I hope that makes sense for you, Leo. Next sign is going to be Virgo. Hi, Ellie. Hi, Exo Archetype. Thank you, Teresa. Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Virgo. Virgo. Okay. You are exhausted, Virgo. You're like flat out at the moment, literally flat on your back. Oh, it's like that. That's like the main image they're giving me. So you've obviously pushed yourself really hard. Probably haven't taken proper breaks. For giving yourself maybe the support that your body needs or that you need emotionally. And that's a learning process for you. But it's kind of okay to just slow it up a little bit. 10 of Wands shows up as your situation there, Virgo, and like it's okay for you therefore to take a rest, because part of your progress requires you to. Part of your progress really requires you to know when to rest up, when to stop beating yourself up, when to stop working so hard, pushing yourself so hard, and when you're simply doing too much that doesn't necessarily even make any sense at this stage. 9 of Cups is in your subconscious, so deep down you know when it's time to rest. But you have to listen to your body. You have to listen to that voice that says rest, not override it, overrule it, because that's there to help you. It's there to support you, Virgo. And learning to do that is going to help you a great deal. It's going to allow you to recharge. You also don't have to be doing everything for yourself. And I know that you don't always like allowing people in. I know that you're worried about other people being too involved in your life. And you put up barriers and you put up walls. I'm going to make it myself. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to get all of that myself. You're showing up there as the Page of Coins. So this is a learning process for you. Okay? So don't give yourself a hard time for not knowing when to rest before, because now you do. Now you do. You need to trust your body. You need to trust the messages coming through from your intuition that tell you that, because they're right there for you. All you have to do is listen. But this is also then, this is about self-love as well. It's about believing that you deserve rest, that you deserve support. You need to take slightly better care of yourself, Virgo. Might want to look at the things you put in your body, the things you put your body through, the things you don't do to support your body. You have the Sun showing up and you have the Ace of Cups showing up. You need that self-love. You need to be willing to try new things, and you need to allow more people in to help support you as well, because I feel that support is there, but that is where you're at the moment, Virgo. You're overdoing it, not listening to your own process, your own needs, and you need to this weekend. You need to this weekend and use that as the basis of what you're going to do going forward. I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo. The next sign is going to be Libra. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Libra. 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 Okay. Some self-doubt for you, Libra. Doubt over a situation, possibly an actual relationship, possibly a potential relationship, or somebody who you feel very, very close to. Could also be a doubt over a business partner, somebody at work, somebody you're supposed to be working with. Are they still supporting me? Are they still with me? Should I be cutting it off, going alone, or if it's a love situation, should I sort of be pushing away, doing my own things, isn't going anywhere? What do I have to do? That kind of picture for you at this time, Libra. I feel the figure you're dealing with is an earth sign. So this could be Taurus, could be Virgo, could be Capricorn, sun, moon, or rising, or it may be somebody who you're working with. I feel this is somebody who may be slightly younger than you. And so you may also sort of like, let's say you've got a boss at work who's younger than you, and you sort of like, can I even trust them? Do they really know their stuff? You've got to trust that they do. You absolutely got to trust that they do. And you've got to value yourself enough to be able to stay with this. So that's the page of coins showing up in your conscious mind. So this is somebody who you kind of feel holds quite a lot of ability. You're giving them a lot of power as well, is the sense that I'm getting. And then you're sort of like, oh, nothing's happening now, so what do I do? So it's you're a bit reticent to sort of just relax into the situation you're facing, Libra. Underpinning this, we have the 7 of Wands as well. And with the 7 of Wands, the sense that I get is that you're trying to get a signal or a sign. Is this going to go somewhere? Is this going to be something? If not, what do I do? And it's kind of like you want an answer, a sign, a signal, and you want it now. You want it now. You want to know whether this is something that you should be committed to and focused on, with the Lovers coming up. I feel this is a situation that does fit well for you, but I feel like you're projecting all of this doubt and uncertainty and insecurity into it. And as a result of that, things are looking up because you're not trusting very much. You're not trusting very much in who you are. And so you're looking a huge amount to this other person. And so this could be a potential or actual partner, could be a business partner, could be a boss figure at work, could be somebody else around that as well. But you have to be trusting in yourself and your situation a bit more than this, Libra. So your challenge is showing up there as the Empress, and with the Empress showing up, I feel that you have to recognize that you are supported. And yes, this person might not be that open in telling you how much they value you, how much you mean to them, how much you're worth, but I feel it is right there. But you also need to be a bit looser. You need to be a bit looser in order to move to a space where this becomes more real. At the moment, you're putting a lot on this person. At the same time, you're restricting them through your avoidance, through your doubt. So you need to come back to yourself, affirm yourself a bit more at this time. I feel like they are absolutely going to show you how much they value you, how much you mean to them. And I feel your situation will become more stable and you'll feel more supported and more secure as a result of that. But you have to move out of this space of doubting everything, Libra. You absolutely do. It allows you then to accept this person in more of a Queen of Coins role. So they are then able to offer you that support, be there for you in this practical way. But it requires you to release that doubt and trust a bit more. I hope that makes sense for you, Libra. The next sign is going to be Scorpio. Hi, Perpetual Owusu. Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising for the 24th to the 26th of May 2019. And please remember everyone to like and share the video. That helps a huge amount. Scorpio. Hi, Rena. Okay. Okay, there's an overwhelming figure in your life, Scorpio, or maybe not even currently in your life, but somebody has overwhelmed you in the past, made you feel small, made you feel not good enough, made you feel like you're not up to anything, and you have this doubt within you as a result of that, and that doubt is stopping you from moving forward, doing new things, putting energy and effort into things. You're feeling a bit unstable, ungrounded. I feel like this was probably a mother figure, could have been a father, but it could be a mother figure, could be a former boss or teacher, but somebody who you really looked to for support, and in some sense they tore you down, made you feel like you could never ever be good enough. This is underpinning your current insecurity and your current inaction. They show up in your subconscious as the King of Coins, and they may very well have been an earth sign, so Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or just somebody very materially focused. Very, very materially focused, and that might not have meshed well with you because you like to live more in this kind of emotional realm, feeling realm, but also in this kind of realm that accepts more than is just seen in the material. And they might not have understood sort of your interest in spirituality, in the occult, in the paranormal, areas like this. You can't mess about with that stuff all the time. You've got to take things more seriously. You've got to get on and do your best at school, do the work, get a good job, get the stable life, stable family. So somebody very focused in that way. And while you never quite accepted that, that's created this kind of self-doubt within you. So you're not trusting your feelings. You see, you're showing up here as the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups and the King of Coins can mesh well together, but not if the King of Coins is just exerting authority all the time. And especially when this King of Coins, I fear, was focused on such trivial and mundane things that made no sense. I mean, you know, the guy here is you know, staring at a sandwich. It's not particularly exciting. You know, yes, you need to be able to eat, but there's more to life than just that. So, you know, but it's stopping you from being able to move forward. So with the Ace of Wands, I feel that there's something you want to do, go after, embark on, create, move into. Actually, some of you are holding off from starting a relationship. Some of you are holding off from adjusting a relationship with something that suits you better. Some of you are holding off from starting a new practice, learning a new thing, maybe embarking on a new career. So this is like big stuff that in your heart you're guided towards. In your heart, it's right there. In your heart, you're drawn exactly there, but you're being held off. You're not able to make that start. Stuck, quite rigid. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Balanced. Do I start? Do I not? Do I start? Do I not? And you need to be pushing through at this time. You need to be pushing through to a space of the Two of Wands where you go and explore. And this includes exploring the things that you're drawn to. It includes exploring your feelings. It includes exploring the things that you can't quite put your finger on, but you're drawn towards. There's more there than meets the eye. I want to go towards that. I need to go towards that. There's more to find out, more to experience, more to feel. I need to invest in that. You do need to invest in that. And you need to recognize where you're being held back by what was said to you. And you need to start working through and addressing that. And you might be doing that through ritual, or you might be doing that with a facilitator or a counselor or a therapist or a healer of some kind. Because that is, it's like a cord in you, and it's holding you back, and you can't quite break free of it. But at least now you're conscious of where it's coming from, it becomes easier to. You need to be pushing forward as much as you can at the moment. And you also need to be, I feel, it needs to be talk based. You need to be talking through the way it affects you, getting a clear perspective of it and separating out what is you and what is them, how you're affected, and becoming more calm in relation to that, because this provokes an emotional response that holds you back. With the King of Swords, I feel there's this need to be in this space where you're able to see it more rationally. I also feel this is so far in the past, and you need to be able to let it lie, put it to rest. You've kind of been repressing it, and there's a need to put it to rest, and that's going to take work. In the meantime, you shouldn't be held back from embarking on new things, but this is a pattern that's going to repeat unless you deal with it as well. I hope that makes sense for you, Scorpio. The next sign is going to be Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May 2019. Hi, Scorp 444. Sag. Sagittarius. Okay, big changes for you, Sagittarius. And I feel like you're avoiding a harsh truth, a harsh realization. You're resisting change at the moment. You're resisting going in the direction that you need to. And actually, I feel like the reason you're doing that is that you're overwhelmed by what's in front of you or by the writing on the wall, and you're trying to pretend that it's not there, that it's not real. So there's something that needs to end, something that needs to change. You're entirely in line with the collective in that sense, because the collective had the world showing up, had the Six of Swords as moving on from it, and had the conflict over it with the Five of Swords. And you are in a not dissimilar space. La 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 la, everything's fine, but it's not. And I feel you're going to get a bit of a rude awakening if you try and hang on like this at this time. What are you avoiding doing? What are you avoiding accepting at this time, Sagittarius? I feel like it's going to get trickier and trickier for you if you're continuing to invest in something that is over or has served its purpose or has come to a natural end. I also feel like you're avoiding what you should be doing at the same time. And that's going to hammer on the door louder and louder until you get the message. You have the Tower showing up, and you have death showing up as well as your conscious focus. So you're kind of well aware of this, but you're quite overwhelmed by it, and that's why you're not going towards it, you're not accepting it. But with the Tower, I feel like the writing is definitely on the wall there. And the more you invest, the more you're kind of throwing good money off after bad, setting it on fire almost. Page of Swords, you are overwhelmed. You're definitely overwhelmed by the situation. And I feel like it is a losing battle. I feel like this is something that you need to leave behind because it's going to harm you. It's going to drain you, Sagittarius. Queen of Cups is showing up as your challenge. So this encourages you to really come back to your feelings. Recognize what you know intuitively about this. This isn't working. This isn't for me. And it's also about then what is and what you're avoiding going after because it's unfamiliar. And you know, you're good at exploring and doing new things, Sagittarius, but you have to be willing to let go of what isn't working to do that. It's going to be a bit of a wrench to do so with the Five of Cups. I also feel like this is going to happen anyway. It's going to be a heavier blow the longer you avoid it, the longer you leave it, Sagittarius. This could be a relationship ending. This could be a job ending. This could be a project that you started that has served its course, didn't quite work out, and you draw the lessons and you move on to something else. And as you do, you need to be focusing forward and doing the other thing that you are drawn towards, because there is a door wide open for you as well. Absolutely a door wide open for you, but you need to launch yourself at it, and that requires letting go of what's not working. You can't do both. You can't have a foot in both camps at this time, Sagittarius. The longer you invest in the old thing, the more upset you're going to get, the more it's going to hold you back, the more it's going to distract you. The more you follow your feelings, accept what hasn't worked out or what is finishing, still draw value from it, but allow yourself to step into something new and something that is more right for you going forward. The easier this transition is going to be for you. I hope that makes sense for you, Sagittarius. The next sign is going to be Capricorn. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Capricorn. Hi, Mary. Capricorn. Are you in or are you out, Capricorn? And you know exactly what I'm talking about here. You know exactly what this is in your life that you've ummed and ahed over. Is this going fast enough? Do I commit to this? Is it all a bit, now I go somewhere else, even though I want this, even though I need this, even though this is totally right for me? I feel like You're avoiding making a decision. You're avoiding making a choice. You're avoiding committing to something. And for some of you, it is a relationship. That's definitely showing up. For others of you, this is a way of working or a direction that work goes in that requires a commitment, requires you to move in this direction, might require big changes in your life and in your approach. And indeed, the relationship might require big changes in your life and in your approach. And you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to give too much of myself away. I'm too big, too important for that. No, you're not. But it's going to take work. It's going to take work, Capricorn. And work is something you're very good at. You're very good at ongoing work, ongoing learning. You absolutely are. I feel like you kind of feel like if you commit, you might be taken for a ride. Somebody might strip things away from you, things that you value, things that are important to you. Or you might just lose things in other ways. I don't feel you will, but it requires a commitment, and then it requires trust as well. And if you make the commitment, it also requires you not to be so fucking serious about everything. You're allowed to have a good time, Capricorn. You're allowed to have a good time, and you can do that by committing to this as well. You have the Hanged Man and the Lovers showing up. So this is that decision. Am I in? Am I out? The Hanged Man. I feel with the Hanged Man, you're a bit too big for your boots here. You need to calm down. Just give this a chance. Give it a chance. Go with it. It's going to be okay. May not move at breakneck speed, but it's going to be something good, something stable, and something you can have fun in. 8 of Coins. Page of Wands. I feel if it is a relationship, it's likely to connect to a fire sign. Or if it's just something with a chance of a relationship, it connects to a fire sign. Could be Aries, could be Leo, could be Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I feel there's this need to declare that you are invested in this, that you're in for the long haul, that you're in to see where it goes. And then you can relax into it a bit more as well. That's all coming up with the Page of Wands. I feel that as you do that, you're going to find your footing, find stability, start to trust things a bit more. You can't trust the situation because you're not committed. You haven't made up your mind yet. If you make up your mind, things get more stable. The Emperor is showing up. With the Emperor showing up with the Page of Wands, if it is a relationship, which it will be for a number of you, where the Lovers is showing up as well, this may very well be an Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising coming in particular here, or it might be a Gemini with the Lovers. Those are kind of 2 possibilities. It's more likely to be an Aries because of the Page of Wands showing up as well. It needs you to make that decision and that commitment, Capricorn. You know, the firmer you are, the clearer you are on your intentions, what you want to do, where you want to go, the easier it is for the universe to support you. And ah, and there's nothing to latch onto, nothing to click onto. It takes that ongoing support, that ongoing work. It takes that commitment. But you're absolutely in a position where you're going to be supported if you do that, Capricorn. I hope that makes sense for you. The next sign is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May 2019. Anybody asking for questions, I'll pull a few cards for people I'm drawn to once I've read for the 12 signs. Please hold off any questions until then. Thank you. Aquarius. Okay, you're feeling quite pleased with yourself, Aquarius. You were proved right in some sense. You like being proved right. You're kind of very big on being proved right. There's very few things that make you happier than that, Aquarius. And so something you invested in, something you staked quite a lot on, and it's come off. And that's really, really positive. It's really, really positive, and you can celebrate that. You absolutely can. You can celebrate your own judgment. You also, you're a bit like, oh, okay, there we go. I know everything, nothing more to learn. And that might also stop you from doing a few more things or opening yourself to new things. It's also when things go well and you've invested in them, believed in them, that's wonderful. But you still have more to learn, more to do. And this is about you developing, moving forward. It's not there to inflate your ego. It's there for you to take confidence, joy, show some gratitude for what's worked as well, and put that out there. Use that as the basis of doing more. But it's not for you to get self-important over, because you're going to come unstuck if you do. I feel like you might really rest on your laurels here, and I feel like you might use this as an excuse not to make more decisions and do new things, and you need to. You got more to do. It doesn't end here, Aquarius. Your success is right there with the world, but it's also an ending, and an ending needs a new beginning, and you have to fall in your subconscious. So you know there's new stuff for you to go and explore. You don't need to repeat the same things over and over again either. Oh, this worked well. I knew about this. I knew this one. It was a sure thing. It came off. Why don't I just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it? Well, because you're not learning anything new there, and because it's quite boring. The Page of Swords. I feel that you're therefore trying now to stick to what you know, what's familiar, what you know you can deal with, what comes off for you. That's going to kind of, it's going to hold you in place, but it's not going to advance you, Aquarius. I also feel like you're not really sharing much with other people, and you kind of need to at this time as well. If you're in a good mood, you can share some joy. You can offer some help. I also feel that there's stuff that you've been avoiding doing. Maybe stuff that you couldn't figure out in the past, couldn't find your way through. So you put it to one side, put it on a dusty shelf, and it's gathered dust. So what did you leave to one side? What did you leave to one side because you felt defeated by it, because you didn't feel like you could deal with it? That's what you need to be going back to now, because with your confidence, with your newfound knowledge, with your ability to learn, to try new things, do new things, which you have, I feel like you're able to go back to that and approach it now with a fresh approach, a new way of doing things. That's the Ace of Swords, followed by the Two of Swords. So you have a decision here. It's a decision. Do I keep doing the same thing because it works out all right? Or do I take my ingenuity and my confidence and go and examine the more taxing things, the things that I couldn't solve before? Do I give that another look from a new angle, from a new perspective? I feel that's what you need to be doing, because I feel that whatever was overwhelming you in the past now, I feel it doesn't have to anymore. You've learned, you've grown, but now you need to apply yourself in that way. I hope that makes sense for you, Aquarius. The final sign is going to be Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the 24th to the 26th of May, 2019. Pisces. You're taking a break, Pisces. You're taking a break. You deserve a break. That's okay. I feel like you've been getting stuck as well. You've been getting stuck as well, but there's going to be some fresh insight coming for you, but it's going to need you to take this break, to recuperate, to rest up. I feel that's how the insight is going to come to you. Now, this is a very, very slow, sleepy spread of cards for you, Pisces. And it really is like this. It's very, very slow, very relaxing, very drowsy. This is where you're at, Pisces. Four of Swords. King of Swords. The Hermit. Very, very slowly does it. And that's okay. It's okay to be resting. It's okay to be working through. I feel like you've been under a bit of strain, and I feel that you need that. Needs to be slow, peaceful, and gentle for you at this time, Pisces, and that's okay. I feel that you have stuff that you're working on, that you're working towards with the Knight of Coins. You might lack a bit of self-belief about it. Am I going to be okay? Is this going to work out? Am I going to be financially supported? Is my health going to be okay? It's these kind of pictures, and you're needing to take it slow. It's been overwhelming you. It's not really been shifting too much. It is going to shift. You're going to get clear insights about what you need to do. You absolutely are. So you need that rest now. You need that rest now because a big, big, big burst of energy is coming in with the Tower. Get the rest whilst you can. I feel like things are going to become really clear to you really quickly, but I also feel like that may push you into quick action, force you into quick action, and you need to have the energy available for that, and you'll be fired up and wanting to go. So getting this rest at this time, keeping things ticking over, but not overexerting yourself is exactly what you need at this moment in time, Pisces. I hope that makes sense for you. That is all 12 signs. Please remember to like and share the video, everyone. If my readings help you, please feel free to leave me a tip or a donation. My PayPal details are just in the box below. If you'd like to book me for a full personal reading, or if you'd like to book me to read your natal chart or your current astrological transits, please feel free to get in touch regarding that as well. My booking details are also just in the box below. Please remember to subscribe and enable notifications, and please follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. If anybody would like a quick pull of a card, please pop a question in the live chat for me, and I will come to those of you who I am drawn to. Open to a couple of questions at this time. So if you want to comment in the live chat, I will see who I am drawn to. Super Angry Koala is asking, anything Spirit would like me to know at this time? Okay, Super Angry Koala, let me get a sense of this. They want me to change decks for you. Super Angry Koala. Super Angry Koala doesn't feel at all angry from where I am today. I'm feeling a sort of super loved and supported and nurtured koala at this time. This is really, really nice. Your energy feels lovely right now. You got to trust yourself a bit more, Super Angry Koala. I feel like you're in this nice space that I was picking up straight away. Lots of support there, but it can sort of, it can leave you either not doing too much or doing way too much. You kind of go one of two ways here. And there's a need to just be a little bit slower, a little bit more in touch with your feelings as well and where they're guiding you to. I feel like you have things that you need to commit to. I feel like there may be somebody who you're interested in, or just you just have the idea that you want to attract someone at the moment, and you need to trust in your ability to kind of be enough to pull that in. Your manifestation skills are quite strong at the moment. You're showing up as the magician. You're absolutely in the right place. But I feel like when you decide that you want something, you might just push a little bit too hard. With Temperance showing up, it can be a lot more gentle for you than that. It can be a lot more peaceful. I feel a slow transition for you, but this may well be into a relationship as well. But it's about your ability to attract the chances that you want and need, and trusting that you're enough. Needs you to be a Queen of Wands. So this is all about trusting your own abilities. You don't have to exert yourself too hard by any means. But be clear on what you want, where you want to be going. If there is somebody who you want to attract, be clear on that too. And then just allow that to be. You don't have to overexert yourself at this time. The rest is doing you some good. I feel like you're somebody who works quite hard in general. So you're allowed to take this a bit slower and just trust that these good things are going to flow towards you at this time. Let me see who else I am drawn to. Neva or Ruvio, would love any message or guidance from my spirit guide or my sister who passed away 2 years ago. Thank you. Okay, Neva, I'm going to see what messages there are for you from spirit. I'm not going to specifically attempt to make contact with your sister on a live video. I don't perform mediumship on live videos as much as anything else, because that's way too personal to have on a live video. But there's also a lot of energies interfering at the same time. It's not straightforward. But let me see what spirit has to say to you. Okay. You've made a lot of progress. You've made a huge amount of progress. I feel that in terms of work, personal development, spiritual development, you've moved forward a lot, maybe quite fast as well. I feel like you've surprised yourself, but because you've moved forward so fast, and because this is success that you are achieving, that you are advancing, I feel like you kind of don't trust the ground beneath your feet at the moment. You keep feeling like the rug is going to get pulled. I'm going to get found out in some sense, or it's just going to crash down. And then what am I going to do? So there's a need for you to trust yourself a bit more and to trust the circumstances that you're finding yourself in a bit more, trusting your ability to deal with the challenges that are still going to be coming in, but they're challenges that you're well capable of rising to. You don't need to hide from anything at this time. I feel like you're in a really, really strong place to be moving forward. You have the Tower showing up, and I feel this is more to do with you expecting something to come in, expecting something to happen, and you not being able to deal with it. But you're in a different place, you're in a new place, and you are able to deal at this time with the High Priestess. You absolutely are. I feel that because the landscape around you has shifted so much, your perception has changed so much, that's why you're struggling to trust it. Is this all real? It is. It is. It's just different. It's different, but you can rise to it with judgment. You absolutely can. This is a continual growth for you. And even when things get a little bit tricky or hairy, you're going to be able to deal just fine. All majors showing up for you as well. So I do feel that this is a sign that you're in exactly the right place. You're in alignment, and you don't need to hide from anything or anyone at this time. I hope that makes sense for you. Let me see who else I'm drawn to. Exo archetype. I've noticed whenever I meditate, the apartment above me starts to get very active and noisy. No matter what time, I always notice this. Is this something I should worry about? I never feel negative. Before I pull cards, I would suggest that when you're doing deep meditation, you should probably call in just a bit of protection, or just cast some protection around yourself. You're obviously in a particular resonance which is having an impact, shall we say. Do I feel this is a threat to you? Not necessarily, but I also just feel like this is about your own integrity and being at peace. What are you dealing with? Let's have a look. You're struggling to make sense of things a little. You're struggling to trust where you're up to. You're struggling to trust the changes that you've made. And I feel that you're struggling to understand and trust your own power. And because you're struggling to understand and trust your own power at this time, I feel like you're not really sort of controlling it too much either. So this is about integrity for you. This is about being able to recognize your own energy and just channel it a bit more. The Six of Swords is where you're not quite grasping it just yet. I feel like what you're getting is more a projection than an emanation of you and your energy than anything else. And this includes a little bit of fear, I feel, of the progress that you're making. So you're kind of projecting that out. So it's important that when you're moving into that state that you visualize your energy and you call it back into yourself. And then you choose where to direct it. Shows up with the Ace of Wands. That's your power right there. Coming back to yourself. And then with the Eight of Wands, it's about you being able to direct it. You being able to use that, because that same power that I feel you're not bringing under control, the energy you're not bringing under control, you can be using that to move yourself forward. You can be using that to manifest. You can be using that to heal. You can be using it in a variety of ways. So you've got a lot to work with there. It's just about bringing it more under control. I hope that makes sense for you. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who's asked a question. If you'd like to book a personal reading that can go into more detail on anything that's come up or anything else that's happening in your life, or you just need general guidance, please feel free to book me. The details are just in the box below. If my work helps you and you'd like to leave me a tip, please feel free to make a donation to my PayPal. My details are also in the box below for that. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe and enable notifications. Please feel free to get in touch with me if you'd like to collaborate with me as well, book me for an event or for any other reason. I'm going to wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all again really soon. Have a great, well, afternoon, evening, night, or Saturday morning, depending on where you are in the world. I'll see you all again really soon.